The ashes of the House therefore stands to me on Tuesday, 30th November 2021, bring into sharp focus. I want to take this because we will need to put the views in the official report of Parliament. There will be people who will be doing research in the future. It's not just a matter of in-camera discussions. What happened earlier on has been captured, and this response must also be captured. The actions of the House on Tuesday, 30th November 2021, bring into sharp focus the powers of a Deputy Speaker vis-à-vis that of the Speaker. On that day, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament presiding found that the vote taken on the 26th of November rejecting the budget was null and void, and the requisite number was not present in accordance with Article 104 of the Constitution. The decision taken on the 30th of November 2021, which decision stated I acted ultra vires the Constitution. When I put the question on the 2022 budget statement economic policy of government, appears strange to me. The House was duly constituted for its work for the purposes of business, and voting in accordance with Articles 102 and 104 respectively, and the public record of the votes and proceedings of the House on the 26th of November lends credence to this position. It is persuasive to note what Eskime, an authority in parliamentary practice, says on this matter, and I quote, "The Speaker's rulings constitute precedents by which subsequent speakers, members, and officers are guided. Such precedents are noted and in the course of time may be formulated as principles or rules of practice. They are an important source of determining how the House conducts its business," unquote. Honorable members, as to whether a vice president can preside over a cabinet which had earlier on taken a decision on a subject matter presided over by the president, and without consulting the president, get the cabinet to rescind the decision earlier taken, is for your kind debate as you started. But who am I to say my deputy, the first deputy speaker, the honorable member for Bekwai constituency, Honorable Joseph Osei-Usu, Joewise, well, he didn't join our group, the three wise men, he didn't join us. So he's still Joewise, not wise man. Who am I to say that he might have indulged in an act of misconduct? Tantamount to insubordination. Honorable members, we are however faced with a serious challenge because of the attempt of the country to marry the two different systems, the Westminster model and the presidential system. We did not only do that, we also added our traditions, our cultures, our beliefs, our values, and the norms of the tribes in Ghana forming the nation Ghana. As a result of that, the clarity as to the rules dealing with quorums and decisions of the House are blurred. When you go through the presidential system, the laws clearly state the rules support one way or the other. If you go through the Westminster system, it's the other way around. And you know, mostly in the Westminster system, the Speaker is a member of Parliament. It's not the same in all other parliaments. So that is why I said the debate is left to you. I am not, by what I've said, blaming the First Deputy Speaker for taking that position. That's why I said, if you do the comparison with leadership, what it will reflect in the minds and perception of people is that is undermining the authority of the Speaker, not me, of the Speaker. Honorable members, we ought to be mindful of the precedents that exist in this House to guide our conduct. This will ultimately prevent an interpretation of our rules that provides us with problems. As to the issue of a deputy speaker being counted for the purposes of quorum, and you recall what happened that day, without a doubt, our standing orders and the 1992 Constitution clearly outlines a bar on the one presiding in Parliament in respect of participating in debates or voting on any matter. Article 102 of the Constitution is to the effect that the person presiding, be it the Speaker, a Deputy Speaker, or a member presiding, does not form part of the quorate number. Honorable members, whether or not the principle applies in pari materia with Article 104 is immaterial, because a different issue and law arises which respectfully the Honorable First Deputy Speaker may not have averted his mind to. A distinction must be drawn between the temporary absence of the Speaker from the chamber, in which case any of the Deputy Speakers may preside, and when the Speaker is unavoidably absent, as provided for under Order 13.2. In fact, Order 13.2 creates two different types of instances under which the Deputy Speaker may preside in accordance with Article 101 of the Constitution. Under Article 13.1, under Order 13.1, any of the Deputy Speakers may be asked to take the chair whenever Mr. Speaker so requests due to his temporary absence from the chair. The Deputy Speaker presides until such a time that Mr. Speaker is able to resume the chair to preside over the proceedings. It might be noted that under this ambit, the Deputy Speaker may be counted as forming part of the quorum number required for either business or voting, because at the beginning of the sitting, he was not exercising the powers of the Speaker. He is a member of Parliament. Honourable members, Order 13.1 is what I just referred to. At that time, the Honourable Deputy Speaker is just not called upon to preside due to the unavoidable absence of the Speaker. So that time, like I'm presiding, I decide for some good reason to leave the chair, and I call on the first or second Deputy Speaker to preside. That one is optional. I can call the first, I can call the second. But when you go to 13.2, it's a different scenario. And I read it. Whenever the House is informed by the clerk at the table of the unavoidable absence of Mr. Speaker, the first Deputy Speaker shall perform the duties and exercise the authority of Mr. Speaker in relation to all proceedings of the House until Mr. Speaker resumes the chair without any further communication to the House. Under this order, honourable members, listen. Honourable member, I don't want to name you. Under this order, the Speaker's unavoidable absence from the presence of Parliament means the first Deputy Speaker assumes the authority of the Speaker and performs all the duties of the Speaker in relation to the chamber. In this role, the first Deputy Speaker takes on the cloak of an acting Speaker, and for the purposes of our rules and the Constitution, assumes all the powers of the Speaker in relation to the business of the House. In this sense, therefore, the first Deputy Speaker for the period of my unavoidable absence from Parliament was the acting Speaker of Parliament, and thus all rules and limitations apply to him in a manner that applies to the substantive Speaker of Parliament. By and large, the reasoning of the first Deputy Speaker outlining the fact that he is not the Speaker, he holds his membership and thus not lose his privileges as a member when he takes the chair, can be said to be correct. However, insofar as he takes on the role as the acting Speaker of Parliament, his decision to be counted as part of the numbers forming a quorum raises procedural challenges. Honourable members, although our standing orders are silent on this, many standing orders and rules from several sister parliaments provide persuasive rules which suggest that when deputy speakers or acting speakers or members are in the chair, whatever happens in the House is that officer's responsibility, and the Speaker cannot be called upon to overrule it. So if that forms the responsibility of the Deputy Speaker or Acting Speaker, and the substantive Speaker cannot overrule it, then how come the Deputy Speaker can lead the House to rescind or change a decision that was taken in the presence of the Speaker? What I am simply drawing your attention to is that, similarly, the reverse is also the case when a Speaker is in the chair. Whatever happens in the House is the Speaker's responsibility, and the Deputy Speaker or Acting Speaker cannot be called upon to overrule it.